Good afternoon and welcome to Griffith Observatory's testing coil. This is a device that was invented in the late 19th century by Nikola Tesla. When you see this, you'll probably think of a Frankenstein movie or something. But Nikola Tesla invented this for a different reason. What he wanted to do was to transmit and distribute electricity without using wires. The way that works as this operates, an electric field will surround this device. If you have a light bulb within that electric field, the light bulb will receive electricity through the air and light up. Now on the north side of our exhibit is a multicolored neon sign in the form of Tesla coil that is not plugged into the grid. As the Tesla coil is engaged, the electric field will cause those lights bulbs to light up. Well, as you can see, they lit up nicely, which now makes you think, well, if those work, why do we still have power lines? Well, we need power lines because as you move away from the Tesla coil, the field drops off rather quickly. Turns out the air is not that good of a conductor of electricity. Also didn't conduct through the ground as Nikola Tesla thought. So it pretty much failed as a way to transmit electricity through the air on a large scale. Now, at the same time, Edison was using something that was better than this, but it had a lot of problems still. It was called direct current. The big problem with direct current is it doesn't go past 1 mile in the power lines, which means in a big city you'd have to have power generating stations every square mile, and especially in those days they burned coal, and that would have been a disaster. So, Westinghouse started working with alternating current. Now the reason alternating current is better is because unlike direct current, you could raise the voltage to a high level. Think of voltage like you would think of a water going down a slope. If it's a shallow slope like low voltage, the water goes down but not with a lot of force. You may not be able to send it very far. But if you have a steep slope, which would be like high voltage, the water goes down with much more force and pressure, and you're able to send it farther. So, you have a source like Niagara Falls and a power like alternating current. Instead of a square mile, you're powering a good portion of the Northeast. So if there was a war, the current didn't last very long. Now, one big misconception I want to clear up is online you see all the time who invented alternating current. Tesla's name is going to come up. And that's not really true because alternating current was conceived in 1831 or 32. And Tesla actually studied it in college. He built some two-phase motors for it, but he didn't invent it. Now, he did have about 9 patents at Niagara Falls, so he did work with it. But his greatest invention was called a remote control robot. In 1898, he invented a little boat that was able to be controlled with a radio device. And for 1898, that was way ahead of its time, but today we're using it for everything. You open a garage door with a little switch. That's kind of his invention. On a large scale, you're controlling 2 rovers and a helicopter on Mars and the James Webb Space Telescope 2 million miles away. We're all doing that from here. Okay, after you see the arts, I'll tell you a little bit about work. So, this is called the Tesla coil, but the actual name describes what it does way better. It is a step-up transformer. It takes about 120 to 220 volts from the grid and steps that up from 500,000 to 1 million volts by pumping pulses of current back and forth into this primary coil. And that creates a magnetic field that induces a high-frequency, high-voltage current in the secondary that builds up, flips in that ball, and shoots it out those 2 points with so much force it causes air to break down, creating lightning bolts. The cage here is called a Faraday cage. It is here to block the electric field. Well, the reason we want to do that is because while it's not dangerous for us, it does interfere with electronic devices like the phone, pacemakers, even the show can be disrupted. So by grounding the field, it takes that problem away and you can enjoy this exhibit. Okay, the last one I'll do is a photo opportunity. So if you want to get your cameras out, there's one thing you need to do to get a good picture, and that's really it, is turn your flash off because your flash reflects in the window here. The video and slow motion work really well too if you like doing that. So I'll count down from 3 and get your pictures. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that concludes this demonstration. Thank you for visiting the observatory.